This is the Diana De Rosa interview with Equus Television Worldwide correspondent Diana De Rosa. Join Diana as she traverses the globe, bringing you the latest information from equestrian newsmakers, newsbreakers, athletes, and luminaries from across the global equestrian spectrum. The Diana De Rosa interview starts now.
I'm speaking with Amanda Bond, and she is the head of Equestrian Affairs for the Hong Kong Jockey Club. Yes, Hong Kong, I really did say that. But that's not all she does. She also serves as the chair of the FEI Para Equestrian Technical Committee and as a board member of the FEI. You are a busy person, but I know what that's all about. So I want to welcome you, Amanda. Can you share with our viewers what the FEI General Assembly is all about and the role of the Hong Kong Jockey Club in supporting this event?
Well, hello, Diana, and thank you very much for letting me come and speak to you today. So we're thrilled that the FEI General Assembly is coming into Hong Kong. Being a board member, I've been to dozens of General Assemblies in many fabulous cities around the world, and it really made me feel that I want to bring it to my city. I want to show the world how fabulous Hong Kong is. And the General Assembly is really important to the FEI because it's where all of the decisions are made. So under the sort of governance of the FEI, this is where all the elections are done. This is where the rules are ratified by national federations. So everything, all the decisions are made at this meeting. So we've got about 250 people coming in who's going to help us shape what the FEI is doing for the next couple of years.
Well, I love that because I'm going to see it in person, but I'm also going to be going to the Hong Kong Jockey Club. So can you share a little overview? I know there's a lot that you do there, but it has to be short. And, because I really want you to focus on the club's dedication in the development of the equestrian sport in Hong Kong.
Sure. So, the Hong Kong Jockey Club is really committed to developing equestrian. Obviously, we're known for being a racing organization, but since we hosted the Olympic Games in Hong Kong for Beijing 2008, we've been committed and supporting equestrian sport. And for that means everything from grassroots, so running riding schools to provide subsidized riding for the community in Hong Kong, right the way through to elite sport. So we manage Team Hong Kong and when they participate in major championships, and then kind of everything in between, really sort of fostering a love of the horse, both in Hong Kong, but also in mainland China as well. We have a lot of activity that takes place in mainland China.
Well, that's fabulous. I mean, the place, I'm so looking forward to going there and seeing what it's all about. The Hong Kong Jockey Club focuses on so many good causes. I'm really excited to be able to go there. Go into a little more detail about the various ways it helps the equestrian sport in Hong Kong. Let's start with the 3 public riding schools.
Yes, well, the 3 public riding schools in Hong Kong is something that I'm personally very passionate about because that's where we really touch the community. We really get to those children and in Hong Kong, it's not like other places in the world where you might have horses in the garden or you see horses in the countryside. That doesn't happen in Hong Kong because we don't have any space. We're just over 400 square miles here, and most of it is jungle and mountains. So there's no horses in the fields. So the only place that you really can kind of get close to horses and ponies and touch horses and ponies is through those public riding schools. So we have 3 of them. 2 of them are actually on Hong Kong Island, so right in the middle of the city. And one of them we're particularly proud of is that we've just rebuilt it. So that's Pok Fu Lam Public Riding School. And it was 45 years old, and we decided, no, it needs to be better. We need to be able to really cater for all the users. So, for example, in the old school, it wasn't disabled friendly. So what we've done in this new school is we've used this tiny little space that we have in the city to build a riding school. It's on 0.2 of a hectare. And we've built this wonderful riding school on 3 levels, and it's great for the horses and ponies. It's got lots of airy space, and the horses love it there. But everybody can get everywhere. So if you're a wheelchair user or if a blind rider, everybody can be integrated within this one school. And it's something that we're really proud of.
I love that. I don't know if you ever heard, but I worked for Christopher Reeve when he was in a wheelchair.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So
I
you will
did. So,
absolutely have the same
yeah.
passion as me for disability sport.
Exactly. And I interviewed one of your Paralympians too, and she is now on the Equus Television Network. So I really do have a passion and love the fact that, you're doing something like this. All right. So let's move on to BREC. That's the Beas River Equestrian Centre, the member exclusive equestrian facility. So let's hear more about that place.
So, obviously, for the Hong Kong Jockey Club, we are a members-based organization. So we have lots of members. And what we wanted to do was to provide a sort of country club environment that was all built around the horse, especially dedicated to our members. And so that's what we have in Beas River. And it's a wonderful facility. Over 250 horses are there. But also, because it's the largest space that we have, in a way, it's evolved into being our national equestrian centre. So it's where we host most of our horse shows. It's where we run eventing competitions. We also run our retired racehorse program from that facility. So it's kind of a multi-use facility that's really kind of dedicated to everything the horse. So it's beautiful. And yeah, I look forward to kind of showing people during the General Assembly so they can see how special it is.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. But I have to tell you, the Restart Racehorse Aftercare Program is something I'm really interested in knowing more about, and our viewers are too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in racing, we have a population here of around 1,300, 1,400 horses a year. And about 500 of them a year will retire from racing. Now, if I tell you that the average age when a racehorse retires here is about 5.5, and of course, your viewers will know that that's really young for a horse. They're only just getting going in equestrian. So we have this wonderful program where we'll say to an owner, look, if you want to donate your horse to the Jockey Club and donate it into our Restart program, then what we'll do is we'll take care of him, we'll rehab, retrain them, and then basically rehome them into equestrian activity. And it's a program that the club has had since the 1960s. So, of course, lifetime care of racehorses has become very topical more recently, but it's something the Jockey Club have been doing for decades. But Restart came along just a few years ago because we wanted to do even more. So now we have a number of different pillars. So, for example, when horses go into other countries, and they do, many of them are donated into Australia, New Zealand, all around the world. We actually have an emergency care fund so that if by chance a horse ends up in a difficult situation, there's a hotline, you can call us, and we can then basically make sure that we can then take care of that horse wherever he is in the world. And so that's something that's really important, that we take our responsibility for lifetime care of the horses really seriously. So it's a great program. And when you come to the riding schools, most of the horses in the riding schools are retrained thoroughbreds from racing. So and when you see them, it's so special when you see them.
Wow. Just watching you and hearing you talk about this makes me realize how great your place is and how much you appreciate it and how much your, Hong Kong people appreciate it. So I want to move on to the racing at the club.
Mm-hmm. So racing obviously is that's at the heart of everything that we do. So we have 2 race courses here in Hong Kong. Sha Tin Racecourse, which is our big kind of international racecourse. We also then have Happy Valley. And that, again, is right in the center of the city. And it's a very special racecourse. It's surrounded by the high rises of Hong Kong. And so we race there on a Wednesday evening. And then we race in Sha Tin on one of the weekend days. And then now we actually have a 3rd race course because we've developed a new facility in Chonghua in mainland China, just over the border. And so we have about 500 horses living in Chonghua, and then they travel backwards and forwards to Hong Kong because we have an equine disease-free zone established there, so we can move the horses freely. And we're just in the process of finishing the most beautiful grandstand you've ever seen in Chonghua. And we're going to start world-class racing from there in 2026. So very excited that that'll be our 3rd race course.
And you think, when you say Hong Kong Jockey Club, you think it's only racing, and yet this is only one part of a bigger thing. But I want to move on to something that really is close to my heart. I was in Hong Kong for the Olympic Games, and so That's where the equestrian events took place. So you are now doing the Longines Hong Kong International Horse Show. So that has to be fantastic. And I know that's something our viewers are also interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like you, Diana, I was also in Hong Kong for the Olympic and Paralympic Games. Let's not forget the Paralympic Games were here too. And really, like as I mentioned, that's the catalyst of what got Hong Kongers passionate about equestrian. So riding off the back of that, we really wanted to bring top level sport into Hong Kong. And the organizers of the London International Horse Show, or Olympia, as it was, that many people might know Olympia, we were chatting with them and they said, okay, you know what, we could do the same thing in Hong Kong. So last year was our first year and that was very successful. And then this year, the Hong Kong Jockey Club are the strategic partners. So we help with a lot of the equine logistics, bringing the horses in safely and then getting them home again safely. But also we provide all the veterinary services and stable management services. So we just help them on the equine side. But this year, we're going to help them even more in terms of just selling and promoting the event, using our network in Hong Kong. We do a lot to promote tourism into Hong Kong with racing. So we've developed some wonderful packages now that are going to be racing and equestrian. So you can come in, you can enjoy a great day in Sha Tin watching the racing, and then a great day out with us at the Asia World Expo, which is where the horse show is held. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And hopefully we're going to get some of the world's top riders and horses coming in and really, showing Hong Kong how special our sport is.
I'm sure you will. I'm curious to know how the people in Hong Kong are welcoming this kind of sport. How is that?
Everybody in Hong Kong knows racing, loves racing. So it's taken a little while. Even if you were in Hong Kong for the Olympic Games, you'll remember that the audience were a little slow to warm up to things. They didn't quite understand, particularly the dressage. They didn't understand. But over the years, they've, and we've been very fortunate in that we've won a number of medals, particularly at Asian Games. So the audience here have really got infused and behind equestrian sport. So the other thing we're trying to do with the show as well is make it really entertaining. So yes, it's about show jumping and sport, but we're doing other things. So last year we brought in the Shetland Pony Grand National, and the Hong Kong people love the little ponies. They'll come back again this year in 2026. But also this year we're going to bring in dog agility, because in Hong Kong, nobody's really seen it before. And they love their dogs in Hong Kong. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a huge hit as well.
Do you have any last words you'd like to say?
Oh, gosh, yes. Well, the one thing I would like to share, and the reason that, I've been at the Jockey Club for more than 11 years now, is that the Jockey Club is special in that we're a not-for-profit organization. So all of the sort of income that we raise, the revenue that comes from betting and these things, all of that then, and actually it's more than 70% of the revenue raised goes back to the community of Hong Kong. And 9 billion last year was 9 billion Hong Kong, about $1 billion US was given back to charitable causes in Hong Kong. And I'm really proud of that. And it's something that not everybody knows about the Hong Kong Jockey Club.
Well, I certainly didn't know that, and you should be proud of that. Well, I have to tell you, even just listening to you about all you do, I didn't realize some of these things, and I'm sure our viewers will feel the same way, and that audience listening to you. So I want to thank you again. Would you like to share anything else? I know you've talked a lot, but still, you're the type of person that likes to share, and I love that too.
Oh, God. There'd be 1,000 things that I'd like to share and promote. But I think the other thing that I'm really proud about of a program that we have in Hong Kong is really about developing athletes. So taking children right the way through, we have a talent development program that takes, young children right the way through. We've had a number of successes now where we've had those young people go on and then win medals, and we had one win medals in the last Asian Games. So we're preparing right now. We have the National Games coming up just after the General Assembly, and then we're going into the Asian Championships, the FEI Asian Championships in Pattaya. So I'm hoping that we're going to take a group of athletes again and hopefully be successful in those championships.
Well, that's fabulous. And I want to thank you again for chatting with me. And I am Diana De Rosa, reporting for the Equus Radio Network.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please let us know. Email diana@equustelevision.net. Join Diana every week for another interview with the people who help shape your equestrian experience, right here on the Equus Radio Network.